Hello, the Bathration, Heavy Fashion, Ass Function, and like YouTuber. Screw that, don't care. This has got to be some of the best news to come out of 2016. You know, with all these dark and very depressing news that have been, coming out within 2016 with the loss of David Bowie, Jimmy Bain, and Glenn Fry, and all sorts of these legendary rockers. But it seems like we have some light to come out, even though we've been having some good releases within the music. But nothing compares to this. The reuniting of Cirith Ungol, who if you don't know what Cirith Ungol are, they are either they get classified as doom metal, heavy metal, or all sorts, or epic metal. Who knows what you really want to call them? They're pretty much one of the earliest bands, next to like Pentagram and or Saint Vitus or something. These bands that and Pentagram and Cirith Ungol were pretty much formed almost around the same year, like the 1972. They're really one of the earliest doom bands to come out. But Cirith Ungol were very different. They had a bit of a almost a different sound to them than Pentagram. Almost more. It's very hard to kind of really consider, kind of really pinpoint their sound. You just have to listen to them to kind of understand, because it's hard to put into words how to to describe the style of Cirith Ungol. But they've released about four or five albums actually. And 2 demos and shit. They were featured on the very first Metal Massacre, which featured bands such as Metallica, Rat, and depending on what copy you got of the very first Metal Massacre, but Cirith Ungol were always on there with the I think it was something of the Dead. I can't fucking remember now. But the thing that kind of ends up being surprising about Cirith Ungol reuniting is the fact that in 1991, which was the last year that we saw anything by Cirith Ungol, the album was called Paradise Lost, and the band were not very happy, especially drummer Robert Garvin. He was not happy with that album, and he pretty much posted a review on Metal Archives, and where he ends up stating that the album was the reason for why he never wanted to play drums ever again, and vowed to not ever pick up a drumstick ever again. And so it seemed like that said that Cirith Ungol were never going to get back together until 2016, when they pretty much decide, fuck it, there's a whole lot of fans out there that want to see us play again. There are new fans and all the this and that. And they decide, fuck it, we are getting back together. And it pretty much has got to be, it's crazy and amazing at the same time. This is definitely a talented band. And it's definitely interesting to see where this ends up leading to. I know they're booked for Frost and Fire 2, which is a festival, though the name Frost and Fire is pretty much taken from their very first album, which was released in 1981, as I thought, even though I looked at the back of my fucking screen, whatever. But this is really cool. I think I'm definitely surprised to see where this ends up leading to. Who knows? We might end up seeing some new reissues, maybe, of the sound following, the reunitement of Cirith Ungol. So, I just want to know what you thought, what you think of this? Were you a fan of Cirith Ungol? Are you actually happy that they got back together? Or are you kind of a little skeptical on whether or not they're going to, you know, really live up to this? So, until then, this is After saying I am out. And I'll see you next time. Later.